you guys. I decided while I have my camera set up and my lighting all here and all lit that I would try to go ahead and shoot one more small video for you. I'm still trying to get the lighting set up and I'm not happy with it completely, but at least I'm not fading in and out like my regular videos have been. I feel like there's a lot of light on me, but not so much on my surroundings, so I'm trying to work this out. I did get a new light source, which seems to be working really well, but I'm going to have to work on seeing if there's something additional that I can use as well. So we're working this out and trying to figure out the ideal light combination. I decided to show you a little bit of my stitching, where I'm coming at with that. Like I said in my previous video, I have only been cross-stitching lately. I have not been in the mood for diamond painting or adult coloring. I've just been wanting to stitch, and so I have a little bit of progress to show you in regards to that, and I thought I'd show you. I'm hesitant to show you this one because I'm working on a tutorial video with this particular picture, and I'm wanting to kind of save it for a surprise, but I'm just going to show you, I guess. I've been working on Nora Corbett's Poison Ivy, and like I said, I'm working on a tutorial video on doing a pattern conversion, or maybe it's not a pattern conversion, it's a pattern correction, alteration, how to change an actual pattern to your preference, because I do this a lot on most of my mirrors. There's something I tweak, and so I thought maybe it would be helpful to other people to see what I've been doing and how I do it. Even though I think the video is gonna be pathetic, I hope it'll still help someone. So this is where I'm at with my Poison Ivy, and I think she's coming along really, really well. I'm a little hesitant on it because I'm coming up on a lot of areas where there is chronic and beads, and I still need to get those chronic and beads, but I'm really, really liking it. If you can tell, if you've seen the original pattern, I have corrected the back of her dress because she usually, her back skin went down quite low, and I altered the pattern to make her dress go up higher on her back, and I think it looks very nice. I think the alteration worked up really well, and that it really doesn't look like I tweaked it. I think it looks like it's normally that way. So as soon as I get the wings in, you'll get a much better idea of the alteration and how it's really going to look in the final finish of it. But I'm loving doing her. I did her skin I did her skin 2/1 with a tent stitch, and I think it looked really, really good, and it was half the work, and so I think that is gonna look really, really good. This is a piece of vintage Stormy Night from, I got this from 123 Stitch, and it is I think is it Lugana or Joblin? I'm not sure. It's one of the two. This is an even weave. If any of you have seen my previous videos, I really do prefer even weave fabrics to linens, although I am not opposed to linen if I find something particularly beautiful to stitch with. So anyway, I'm really, really happy with this one so far, and again, I'm doing that tutorial video, and I'll be showing that in a short bit. I was hoping to get the wings finished before showing the full tutorial video, but I might get that done quicker than I expect. And then I forgot to get this out of the Q-snaps, so pardon me for 1 second while I pull this out of the Q-snap. Those of you who are on my Instagram. If you are not, please go check it out. You can find me at Narnian Snow on Instagram. I'm working on the Eiffel Quaker, and I have just this last 2 days, no, it was 3 days, I have done this whole medallion area with the little acorn, this flower, and these little trailing bits down here. So everything from there over, the A down, I've done the last couple of days. This is my own color conversion. And I don't know why I'm having a spacing out moment over the designer of this pattern. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering. All I remember to say is that it's the Eiffel Quaker. And so I think it's really, really pretty. My own color conversion of taking the brown tones that it was done in, and I changed them to purples. And I think it's really nice. I think it's turning out really pretty. And I can share those colors with you if you are interested in knowing what those colors are that I used. I think I'm not a huge sampler person, but every once in a while a sampler will come along that I'll like enough, and this is one of them. I really, really love the little tiny butterflies with the trailing flittery type line beneath them. There's a couple of them. I just think I really like that you can pick out one little motif and you can finish it pretty quickly, and I'm enjoying the quickness of this. In fact, right before coming on here to do this video today, I finished this little flower, and these all of these little bits I finished in maybe an hour. So I didn't even work on it very long today. And then I got 4 or 5 little motifs done, so that was pretty cool. I have to tell you, when does retail therapy cease to be retail therapy? It's when you need therapy due to the fact you bought so much during retail therapy that you now are stressed out over the bill. That's when it ceases to be retail therapy. So I have kind of overdone it this last week. I've been kind of, well, this last break, the last 3 weeks, I kind of, I've been in a mode, and I've kind of pampered myself a bit more than I should have. I kind of went overboard and bought myself a few things. I think I was trying to make myself feel better. And so one thing I bought that was Stitchy related is I bought myself a piece of fabric, and I'm really happy about that. Really happy with it. And I'll go ahead and show you this. This is a piece of pole stitches, and it is, let me see here real quick. This is, it's a 28 count Lugana, and it is in Dog Rose, and I hope it's going to show up. It's a very pretty pastel pinks and blues. It's a really, really nice piece of fabric. It reminds me a lot of Pole Stitch's Dawn Chorus, but it's softer. But I think it'll be really, really pretty. And my mom saw it, and she she likes it so much. I'm having a really hard time really setting my brain on stitching anything on it, because every time I've mentioned, oh, I wonder what that would look like on that fabric, she's like, no! Because she really likes this piece, and I am not ready to relinquish it yet. I'm not ready to relinquish it. No, I'm not. It's so pretty, and I haven't had a piece of Pole Stitches fabric in a long time. They're my favorite, and it really does have an interesting smell to the fabric. that I don't know why it smells good, but I have probably 6 or 7 pieces of pull stitches, including a piece of Dawn Chorus, a piece of Hurricane, a piece of, oh goodness, I can't remember the name of that one. 2 of the pieces I have I got them from a grab bag on a sale, and so they didn't have a name attached to them, so I don't really know what they're called, but one is like a green mottled, and one is, it's almost like a pink with a yellow combination. I don't remember what that one's called. It's unique. It's a unique one, but this one is very, very nice. And like I said, it's an 18 by 27, and it is a Lugana. I love the Lugana. It's a little brighter in person than it's showing up in this video, but it does look very much like clouds. It's very nice. I bought myself, oh, I had a story. I have a story. I don't know where to begin with this story, because I'm laughing now, but at the time I was not, I can't say livid, I was really irked at the time. I went into TJ Maxx, where Mom and I love to shop at TJ Maxx and Marshalls because you can get name brand things, you don't know what's going to be there, the prices are really good sometimes, and I went into TJ Maxx thinking I'm going to be in there for 10 minutes, no longer, I'll be fine. Went in, and I went to the jewelry department because it's right next to the front door, and I was looking at the jewelry and everything. There was like 2 or 3 pieces I thought were kind of pretty, and I was like, oh, kind of pretty, kind of nice, but I wasn't loving it, and the price was a little bit higher than I wanted to spend. And so I went to a different section, a little different case, and I spotted something, and the moment my eyes fell on this gorgeous bracelet, which I'll go ahead and insert a picture so you can see it here. The moment my eyes set on this beautiful bracelet, I had to try it on. I had to see what it would look like on me. And so I asked the lady there, I want to see that bracelet. She pulled it out. I tried it on. I loved it. And then I saw the price of it and was, wow, that is the least expensive thing I have seen in any of these cases. It was super affordable. And so I grabbed that. That just made my day. It tickled me. I had been having another one of those emotional days, where I had been doing some crying earlier in the day, and as soon as I bought the bracelet, I decided to wear it, and it like lifted me up, for the rest of the day. I felt so good about it. Well, we ended up being in the store longer than I thought, and I have been getting in the habit of when I don't go into a store that has wheelchairs available, I have been taking my own step stool in with me. It's a collapsible stool I recently bought that is it's a very slimline. I can just stick it in the bottom of the cart with me where I go, to where if I'm walking in a store and I need to sit down, I can just pull it out from under the cart, set it, and sit. And I thought I was only going to be in this store for 10 minutes, so I didn't bring the step stool in with me. And so I was getting to the point where my legs kept wanting to kind of buckle from under me, and I was like, I was not really doing very well. And so I was I guess I was limping. I was trying really, really hard not to. And there was a guy that worked there that we went back to the jewelry department because my mom wanted to look at something she had seen before. She wanted to see if it was still there. I had already been to the jewelry department, but we went back. And so we're standing there. I'm not really looking at anything because I've already been there. And I am just kind of, I guess I'm kind of rocking back and forth a bit, to give one leg a rest and then the other leg a rest. And I had also the additional problem of I had jarred my ankle again. I had kind of turned my ankle the week before, and so my ankle was kind of sore in addition to what, I was dealing with anyway. And the guy was at the cases. He was the jewelry case this time, and we kind of knew him, just an acquaintance. He wasn't a friend, but we kind of just, every time we'd see him in the store, he'd say hi, we'd say hi back. That was the depth of our relationship. So my mom is looking at something in the case, and I'm just standing there, and he looks over at me and he goes, "Is there something wrong with your leg?" It wasn't like a kind, just, "Hey, is there something wrong? Are you doing okay?" It was almost like an accusatory way he said it. It just kind of shocked me. He's like, "Is there something wrong with your legs?" And I was kind of speechless. And my mom kind of just chimed in. She goes, she did just turn her ankle the other day." He goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah, because you're like limping and stuff. I didn't know what was going on." And I'm just kind of standing there going, "Okay, that could have used a little more tact on your part. I think a lot that I don't say, just so you're aware. I'm constantly telling my mom stories, and she's like, 'Did you say that?' I said, 'No, I thought that.' So I have a very active thinking, even if I'm not talking. And so he then goes on to, he decided to just carry on a conversation, even though I was not engaging. And so he says, "Well, yeah, you were limping around a lot, so I thought there was something wrong." And I said, "Oh, I thought I was hiding it so well." And then he just kind of laughed. And then he went on to talk to my mom and I about me, telling my mom, "So you guys you're always here shopping together. You're here a lot, right? You still live at home with your mom. Mom, when are you gonna like cut the ties, let her test her wings and go fly on her own? I mean, she's a pretty girl. I'm sure a guy would be interested in her." Again, I'm left completely stunned, silent, that he's saying all this. And then he says, "How old are you?" And I literally looked at him, crossed my arms, and said, "Nah, no." He goes, "Oh, okay. You're not gonna answer me. You're 23, maybe 24." And inside, I'm wanting to laugh. I'm wanting to laugh / cry / tell him off / run the other way. I mean, part of me was slightly flattered over the fact he thought I was 23. Because that's a pretty good jump down from my real age. But part of me wanted to just basically tell him, where do you get off talking to me like this? Why and how do you think you have any right to just be asking these questions or acting like you're like my uncle or something, or my dad, who can tell me what I need to be doing? I mean, I was pretty ticked at the guy. And so I literally went over to my mom, tapped her on the shoulder, and I said, I'm heading that way." And she was still looking, so he was still talking to her, and I walked the other direction, clinging onto the cart as hard as I could, trying to not limp. Because now I knew people weren't paying attention. And so I was looking in the shirts, because that's where I was headed, was in the direction of the cash registers, and the shirts were there. So he was, I would look up to go see, is my mom done yet? Is she still over there? And he was literally just staring me down from across the store. And it wasn't just one time I found this. I went and looked 4 different times to see if my mom was done yet. And he was just staring me down the whole time. I was getting really irritated. So I finally walked back over there and I said, Mom, I'm ready to go. Let's go. And so we finally got down out of there. And as we're walking the other way, he goes, well, it's good seeing you guys. I can hardly see the limb. I was like, oh my word, just get me out of here. And so the next time we went back, which was a week later, because we try to get back to returning thing we've changed our mind on quickly so we can, we take care of the returns quickly enough. We went back to return a couple things we had bought, and he happened to be in the cashier area, and I told my mom, as we're waiting in line, I do not want to go through him. I do not feel like going through this guy. And thankfully someone else called us up to the front. It was a female, and while we were going through the female and she was checking us out, he comes up. I happened to be looking the other way, but I heard him, and as soon as I heard his voice, I just kept looking the other way. I didn't want to have anything to do with the conversation at that moment. He literally came up to the lady and said, how do you rate? You get to check out some of my favorite people here. I was like, really? We're some of your favorite people? I don't get that. I don't get that. Maybe it's because we don't get mad at him to where he can tell we're getting mad at him. Maybe it's because we haven't told him to back off or anything, but I have felt like telling him to back off. And so if I ever go in there again and there is an awkward conversation where he is asking questions or talking to me like that again, I will probably give him a piece of my mind that I did not give him this time. Because I was thinking, well, maybe I was just having a bad day and overreacting, but every time I think back on it, I get irritated again, because no, it was totally out of line. But anyway, I will show you a picture of that beautiful bracelet, though, that I got. It was awesome. And I'm even going to show you a little picture of the step stool I bought so that I can carry it with me, because it's really nice and portable. And it's an 18-inch step stool. I must have a very trustworthy face, because every time I've taken it into a store, I have never had anyone question me about whether it's mine or whether I need to pay for it. And sometimes I will literally pull it up and sit on it while we're going through the cash register, and I'll be sitting on it while they're checking us out, and I have felt the need to just say, by the way, just so you know, I own this chair. I brought it in with me. They go, oh, no problem. I didn't even think about it. You're fine. So I must have a pretty trustworthy face. 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I'm hoping we can maybe place an order tonight, because I need to get some beads for my project I'm working on. I really want to get that one done. I am going to be starting on a new diamond painting kit because I need to do that. My diamond painting kit that I was doing a video on, the Diamond Paint With Me video, I've had a little hiccup with that kit, and I had to contact the company, and they have sent me they're sending me a new canvas, and so I'm not going to be continuing working on that one. I'm going to be working on the new canvas when it arrives. So, trying to get some of that stuff straightened out. I have some new items on my Etsy shop, some new additions in the form of some needle minders, and now I am also starting to sell some key/purse fobs. So that's a little bit different, and I'm excited about that, and I hope you will give that a look-see. Check out if there's anything you like there. My Etsy shop link is down below. My Instagram information is down below. My email information is down below. Go check it out down below. I have enjoyed my little visit with you today. I hope you have too. And I've missed you guys. I really have. But I thank you for coming and visiting me today. Until I see you next time, have an amazing day. Be brilliant, be blessed, and ciao for now.